You're sitting in a city, surrounded by the sounds of cars and chatter, with the glow of streetlights illuminating the night. But for over 600 years, there was a place where the lights never went out, where the sound of laughter and commerce filled the air, and where the greatest minds in the world came to learn and grow. That place was Constantinople, the capital of the Ottoman Empire. So, what led to the downfall of the world's greatest empire? The answer changes everything we think we know about the rise and fall of civilizations. Most people assume that the Ottoman Empire fell due to external pressures, like wars with neighboring countries, but that's not quite right, and the real answer is far stranger than you'd expect. The seeds of the empire's demise were sown from within, in the very heart of its capital city. Let's start with the year 1299, when Osman Bey founded the Ottoman Empire in Söğüt, Turkey. At its peak, the empire spanned over 5 million square miles, covering parts of 3 continents. It was a place where East met West, where Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived together, and where the sounds of the call to prayer, the ringing of church bells, and the chatter of merchants filled the air. Not a single moment was wasted, as the empire was always on the move, always expanding. Moving at night meant becoming food for the bandits and wild animals that roamed the countryside. So, the Ottomans built roads, like the famous Silk Road, which stretched over 4,000 miles from Constantinople to China. They built caravanserais, like the one in Safranbolu, Turkey, which could house over 1,000 travelers and their animals. The Milky Way wasn't something you had to drive to a national park to see. It was just the sky, and on clear nights, you could see the stars twinkling above. But as the empire grew, so did the corruption and mismanagement. By the 17th century, the Ottoman Empire was plagued by inflation, with prices rising by over 500% in just 50 years. The once mighty empire was now struggling to pay its soldiers, and its people were suffering. In 1683, the Ottoman Empire suffered a devastating defeat at the Battle of Vienna, which marked the beginning of its decline. The empire's leaders, like Sultan Abdülhamid I, tried to reform and modernize, but it was too little, too late. The empire was rotting from the inside, and by the early 20th century, it was on the brink of collapse. In 1922, the Ottoman Empire was officially dissolved, and modern-day Turkey was born. What if the Ottoman Empire had continued to thrive, if it had continued to be a beacon of knowledge and culture? Perhaps we would live in a world where East and West are not so divided, where people of different faiths and cultures can live together in harmony. We traded all of that for a fleeting moment of greatness, and most of us never even knew it was gone.